Oh my god, the pumpkin looks so cute. Actually, stop it. I love the look of that. Oh, I just realized that I fucked up the path here and the granary is not actually connected to it. Hold on. That's okay. I can just move it a little bit further back and then move the path. And connect it. That is very silly of me. Very silly, Goofy. Hi gamers, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Town to City Let's Play. We are working hard on our Rosemary town, which I keep mispronouncing as Rosannatxt, but again, we're just gonna not pay attention to that. And I am having so much fun. I feel like the hotels are still something that I have to get a little bit more into, but building out the town and getting it ready for our bourgeois class to vacation at is gonna be perfect. I think we might actually have a couple of town upgrades ahead of us because this town is growing really fast. And with a fast growing town, that usually means that we need resources from other towns. So as per usual, we might get distracted in today's episode. But alas, I hope you still have fun. So let's get into the gameplay. So let's actually go world map. Fontebrock. Let's go here and let's add a pumpkin farm. I think we only have one and I think we're already using it somewhere else, which is probably our issue. But yeah, for anyone who might not have seen this, this is our town or city actually of Fontebrock. This is our farming town, in which I said I continuously need to redistribute resources every single time I load into it. Here we also have a research center for which we have in fact used, I think, all the research points. Here we haven't upgraded to a large city yet, which I think might actually upgrade because there are certain decorations that we don't have. So I would like to get to large city in my farm town as well. Like, we are eventually going to have to continue playing with this to build it out. But as you can see, there's a lot we haven't done here yet. We built this super cool fair with the option to extend over here. We build like bridges and everything. Absolutely adoring how this is coming together, but we definitely need to continue this town eventually too. Like, I think that is going to be my end point of this particular campaign playthrough, is if we have reached 100%, which means that we actually need to unlock everything in all the research menus and do all the mayor quests in all the towns. Like, if I get to that, if I literally 100% this save, I think that's where I'm gonna like wrap up. Then I'll still play Town to City, but then I would love to do like some creative building in Town to City, or maybe like do a new campaign playthrough and see if we can do a completely different look or a completely different vibe or something. But yeah, I think for this playthrough particularly, I'm definitely gonna focus on 100%ing it. Okay, let's see. Because this is tomatoes. Also, I think I might genuinely just not have a pumpkin farm. I thought I had all the farms, but I don't have a pumpkin farm. Because we have cotton. We have... What is this farm? Edit farm. Grapes? I think this is also grapes. Yeah. This is corn. Wheat. Potatoes, tomatoes, wool, roses, lavender, lettuce, hop or barley, milk, another bee farm. I think this is another cotton farm and another wool farm. I genuinely don't have a pumpkin farm. Okay, upgrade roads. We're gonna paint these here again. This is the only thing that I have beef with in this game, is when you upgrade your roads. Do you see how much that changes the look and feel? Okay, we need a farmer's residence. I guess let's just put that one here. Let's get another road. I don't remember how big. I think it was 3. Okay, I'll just immediately upgrade that so it looks a little bit better. You can immediately come live here. I think that's actually perfect. We can edit the farm and then we can get... We also do not have medicinal herbs, actually. I think we might have unlocked those after completing all these farm types. Oh my god, the pumpkin looks so cute. Actually, stop it. I love the look of that. Is that the low or the tall fence? It's a tall fence. Because I think, actually, if we add that around this crop field, too, that is gonna look a bit better. I love how there's like pumpkins growing there below the water. Like by the water line. Okay. Pumpkin field. Oh, wait. I'm forgetting this little piece here. The thing is, it says not enough granary transporters, but we can just... Oh, wait. Shit. I need to move people in. Do I have any houses available? I don't. See, here I'm actually running into the continuous issue that I do not have enough work. Wait, but I should have 2 workers available. So how about you? Edit connections. Can I also connect you to this? And then just add workers. And then we can remove someone here. Okay, I still actually am short-handed. But I think that would solve my problem. Okay, so we need a house that I can upgrade to 3 floors. Which is none of the... Oh my god, I have... All of the houses here are upgraded to 3 floors already because I keep having this problem. Okay, Thomas and Raven and Mayor, you guys are going to get a new neighbor. There we go. Okay, I think I solved the problem. Okay, I might actually just immediately continue the path here so that I have that ready. And then I know that the granary is already struggling, so I might regret this. But considering that there is yet another farm that we don't have yet, which is the medicinal herb one, I am feeling like I want to add that over here. I love the farm district, though. I love how this side of town is looking. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna... Because with the big farms, every 3 farms basically need their own granary. So this one is currently trying to service that one as well, but I don't think that's going to work. This one is servicing those 3. This one, I think, should only service these 3. So I don't think it should be working on this one too. Which makes me think maybe I should preemptively just add one back here. Because this is already going to be like a little bit of a dead corner. And then we can just have a path going... right alongside this fence to kind of connect over here, and we can immediately upgrade that so it's more efficient as well. And then they can move in here, and we can edit this farm, and we can add the medicinal herbs, and that can go all the way back there and then all the way below here, kind of similar as we did with the pumpkin patch. I think this is going to look really cute. Can I just add a little... Oh, we did it. We did it. Although I did notice that I accidentally add a little bit up here. I do want to get rid of that because that's a bit silly. That's better. And then we add the fence so that it's also... I don't exactly know what we'd need those medicinal herbs for yet, but I think we're gonna eventually run into a building that's gonna need it. And then it's just a lot nicer if we have it already. I'm just gonna have to move some more people in. Oh, I just realized that I fucked up the path here and the granary is not actually connected to it. Hold on. That's okay. I can just move it a little bit further back and then move the path. And connect it. That is very silly of me. Very silly, Goofy. There we go. That looks cute. I like it. Okay, so and now we are, like I said, running into the problem that we desperately need more housing space. Again, problem being that most of my houses here, no, not most, all of my houses here, I think are already, no, wait. This house is not 3 floors yet. That one isn't either. That one isn't either. Okay, both those families are happy. Great. Now I can add the workers that I need in here. And then I need to edit the connection. This one is going to surface this one. And then here we have an additional employee that can move here. Okay, that one currently needs more manpower. That's, I think, the biggest challenge. This house here can still be upgraded. The town city is just a very dense city, but I feel like that's also somewhat realistic, right? I do think that might have genuinely been the last house that I could make a bit taller. Okay, so then I guess kind of out of necessity, we're gonna add some houses here. The good part being that this area already has quite some stuff. Like there already is a winery and things, which hopefully should help with keeping this area happy when we move people in here. I love how this happens so often in Town City, where you'll literally be working on one thing. Like, I was working on my tourism town. Get fully distracted by something that you need to do in another town, which that thing in that other town causes some new challenges, which then causes you to be distracted. And then, yeah, it's like an endless loop. Also, we need 25 bourgeois class in this city to upgrade. That's insane. Although I think maybe the things in large city, it might be better to unlock them in the other town where we are actually working towards bourgeois. I think this town is not going to have that class. Okay. We moved families in. We have additional workforce here. People are generally happy. Okay. Keep moving in. People keep needing upgrading things. But we now have this building. Yeah, there we go. We have everything we needed for the patisserie. Let's freaking go. Very nice. Speaking of, I think we should actually be able... Yeah, we can research the all seasonals hotel bundle. Let's do that. Okay. Houses are all fully upgraded. Now we need to get working on actually making this look good. And I have an idea. I think I'm going to make like a boulevard that is just going over here around this. And then I think it's going to go all the way in between here. Because these houses were looking a little sad. Yeah, that is already looking nice. I'm happy for this. I think that's going to look really cute. I love how these houses are sort of wedged into the terrain, though. I think that gives it a very interesting dynamic to have this here. Then I definitely want to have these over here. I think that looks cute. I want to have these beach chairs on the wall. Because that feels very realistic to have those here. Definitely want to have some hanging plants. And then I think it would be nice to have something like this on the side. And then here we can have something like this. And we can actually have like a small water fountain over here, I think, on the boulevard. I think that's actually kind of cute. And then here we can have a ladder on the side. And here we can have a clock on the side. Yeah, that's nice. I think that's looking good. And then something that I want to do is... Do I want to use those? No, I think I want to use this. And then I want to do the disable collision because I actually want to make sure that they are connecting. Nope. I want to just grab the ladder to put it over here. Oh, that's cute. I like it. Okay, we're definitely going to add more palm trees because we currently do not have enough here. And we need more lights. We're going to start with lights on the buildings, I think. Might be smart. And then I want to use these stone lights. Where am I going to place those? Maybe just like on the corner still. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. And then something that I would like to add, we're going to have to look into plaza decoration. Let's see. I feel like maybe we could have one of these here again. Hold on. I think maybe we should move this and like add it in between here. And then this one can go here. And then I just want to have like a couple of benches and stuff. Just like a spot for people to sort of sit. Because I feel like this little boulevard here is perfect for just having a little promenade. You know, later finding like maybe a spot to sit. Oh, those are a little far from the houses. Hold on. It's just simple. You know what would be really nice here? Bins. Imagine if every bench had its own bin. Wouldn't that be perfect? Yeah, it would. You just know I'm right. Definitely want to add some plants as well here. Along the water line. Yeah, that looks cute. I like it. And then we need some flower boxes on the side of these buildings. Because they were not decorated. Actually made them look a little bit sad. And then I actually really do like having a little bit more flowers here. Hold on. So we added the sunflower boxes on the other side. But I think it is nice to, I don't know, just have a little bit more. And maybe here we can, in between the two buildings, to sort of walk through. We can have the pergola. And then we can have two small trees lining that. It's very simple, but we can have some flower bushes here on the side as well. And then here we can just have another water fountain. That's actually very cute. I like it. And then here we can have... hold on. I want to get some of the greenery to grow here on the side. I think that's also very cute. Yeah, I like that. Oh, these houses are so nice. The reason I wanted to do those 3 stories is because I was like, there's often people that want to live by the water. And I think it's actually really nice to have a couple of like taller buildings. Like if you were to live here, that would have a view. These want to actually live nearby public service. We don't have any public service in town just yet. But I have an idea because you know what I think? Instead of having this fountain here, it would be perfect place for a newsstand. So people can get their newspaper and then read it by the water. I would love that. I don't even read newspapers. But that sounds like so much fun. I think I would absolutely adore that. Bam. Oh. Hold on, because I need more people in the warehouse now. Ooh. Okay, we are getting closer to needing because it still cannot get here. I think we are slowly getting to a point where we might need a second warehouse, which is not bad. I think I might just hide it here because we already have this sort of natural tree line going. That was just here by default. So let's just lean into that and go for a large warehouse here. Okay. Now that is accounted for, and we actually have some workers that we can unassign here. See, this is the thing. If I were to upgrade the roads, we probably wouldn't have needed that, but I just really, really don't want the roads upgraded just yet. Maybe eventually I'll have to do it, but yeah, okay, so we are in fact out of housing again, but we're so close to being able to upgrade. We need 3 more people, but before I do any of that, I might want to see, the chapel has very low range, and the school doesn't require a warehouse. So I am tempted to maybe add a school over here, because I think that's an interesting junction as well, because that forces us to continue the road elsewhere than straight through here, which again is going to prevent that sort of grid layout. I don't exactly know. I do think that I want to add houses on this side of the street to sort of go opposite of what we have. I think that's going to create an interesting street dynamic. And then I think I might use this space to build like an even bigger playground. As if like the playground belongs to the school. I think that could be really cool. I think I might just make this a high-rise neighborhood. And add like even more high-rise buildings. I think that could actually be kind of nice. Because now I think I can move you in. Oh wait, obviously we need more artisans, so I can move people into these houses, but then we are gonna have to upgrade another house to actually get the artisans. Okay, so now the question is, because I don't think I can see how many luxury points a place has before I upgrade it, which is low-key a little infuriating, because then I don't know if this house is gonna do well. Because it currently doesn't have a connection to housewares, which is making me feel like this one also doesn't have a connection to housewares, though. So maybe it is good. Let's take the risk of upgrading this house here. 15. Okay, perfect. Let's upgrade this too, and this too, and this too. They all have, in fact, 15 luxury points, so that is perfect. Oh, that one even has 19 luxury points. And the good thing is we have plenty of townfolk that we can assign to all of these places. But we now have a bunch more artisans, which means that we can actually upgrade. And next time around, I am probably going to have to decorate all of this. I don't know if we'll get to it today because I've already been live for almost 3 hours. But we can upgrade again. Are you guys ready? That's 3 upgrades. Holy shit, in one stream. I do feel like it definitely grows really exponential. Like, especially if you already have played through the other 2 towns, like this town progresses so much faster because you don't have to do all the research for it. Like, I have everything unlocked. So we now actually unlocked research menu tier 6. Which is one that we already had. I think at this point we actually have... Oh, we haven't researched the water bullet yet. It's one of the few things that we haven't researched in the city menu. However, I currently don't have the bourgeois class in this particular city. I have that only in the other city. Like I said, that's going to be something we have to get back to our main city of Sunset Valley to, or Sunset Valley, because that's the only place we have bourgeois. I am kind of intrigued now to really quickly check in that particular city, which technically here is still called Bellevaux, but we renamed it. So if we go into it, it's called Sunset Valley, I think. or it should be. But I want to see here how we're doing on the progression towards that particular city status. Just because I think that gives us a good idea on how much we've progressed. Because as you can see here, okay, I know it's not 22. I know it's not 15. Come on. It's 95. Much better. Much better. Okay, apparently. See, again, I load into a new city and all of a sudden it's like, you have resources too many. Like, well, I'm not really sure if that's the case, but I'll reassign. It's fine. That's okay. But yeah, this is definitely a city that's relatively well balanced. Like, we have quite a lot of working class, but we have only one person who is unemployed. Then we have quite some artisans, although only 7 unemployed. And then we have 16 bourgeois, and we actually need 25. Also, that's interesting. It says that we have 16 here, residents 16, and then here it says 12 out of 25. How does that work? Oh, because I think it says 12 staying in Rosemary. Is that because, wait, if I look at my full overview, where do I do that again? Looking at this average happiness, there's a couple of them that are very unhappy, but no one is below 60%. But in this one, we do also only have the city. So I guess now we are in 2 of our towns. We are at like max size, basically. Residents with at least 60% happiness and at least 1 tourist destination. So out of the 16, only 12 of them currently can tourist. So we need to actually expand our tourism town so that 16 out of the 25. And then we need to get we need to get 25 bourgeois class here. So we currently are 16 out of 25 in. And then we got to make sure that we have enough spots for them to actually receive them in the tourism town. So yeah, I guess in that sense, what we could do, because I think this is a pretty clear sign that we have to add another hotel for them to be able to, I don't know, like vacation. And I'm thinking it could be really nice to add a hotel here. Because we have our pub here. We have some sort of like cool historical looking place. I think it would be a really cool place to have a hotel somewhere here. Do I just add it next to... Maybe I just add it next to the pub. So that we have space behind there to maybe add things. Because I think this hotel is going to need tourism routes as well. So we can actually use this area to add like cool restaurants and stuff. And have like, I don't know, almost like a communal area with a lot of like cool buildings that also provide luxury. So we can eventually add another bigger, like luxurious neighborhood over here. And then here we can keep extending the town with, I don't know, just more like town folk residences. And here we can build like a fancier neighborhood. I think that could actually be really nice. But yeah, I guess then what we're going to try out now is we're going to see if we add this here. No workers available. What do you mean no workers available? I have workers available. But we need to add a route, I guess. Flourishing flower fields, forest hike, lakeside stroll, wine walk, charming canal, shoreline paradise. Ooh, actually, I mean, it's not really shoreline paradise. Hold on, I have an idea. What if we actually move this hotel? I'm trying to figure out like the placement of it. I think maybe this might be good. And then we go like this. And then from here, we can go down here. And we can make that route look really pretty, right? Okay, maybe I need to fix that with the sand. I don't know what I did. Oh. Oh. There we go. And then we can add like palm trees and stuff to make this look a little bit better, because right now it looks, I don't know, a little barren. No, that was horrible. Why did I do that? I wanted to add like a little bit, but Not that much. There we go. Because I feel like now we can edit the route. And we can actually do Shoreline Paradise. And then it needs to... Okay, so we need to do decorations, 25, which I think we can definitely do. It needs to pass a monument. I guess it could go here. Does that count as a monument? Oh no, we actually have to add those monuments. Oh, I didn't think about that. Lol. Maybe this is finally time to add this hideous fountain. I still haven't added that, but maybe around this hotel we can like add a plaza here because it's supposed to, like I said, this is called Shoreline Paradise. So I feel like if we go here and we add a plaza and then also a path that goes down here, then this hotel has like access to 2 beaches, which I feel like makes a lot of sense. Okay, again, the path should probably... No. That's an interesting shape, bro. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay, let's see. Do I want to go for actual plaza? I might want to go for actual plaza here. And just like go... Okay, maybe not all the... Hold on. Working with the bigger brushes can be a little infuriating sometimes. Yeah, bro, that was not great. Hold on. And then we need to move this to be like more in the middle. Let's change this pathway to sand so it actually matches with the beach back here. Because I feel like that is a little realistic. So that we can place a bunch of palm trees. And then we're going to decorate in between. So don't worry, it's not just going to be like the most randomly placed palm trees you'll ever see. You can do the same over here, by the way. Sort of from there onwards, like so. And then what I really like, because these are almost like private beaches for this hotel, right? Like, not really. But they feel like it. So I'm gonna do like one of those walkways that's like, I don't know. It's gonna feel fancy to walk to this beach. Okay, so this one, if we edit the route, we would go... Okay, let's first go here then. And then go here. Why does that not work? See, I added this dot, but it doesn't actually work. It also says that it's not coming close to water. And then here it says that I can't go there. Why? So I need to walk close by to water, but I can't go to the water. Is it because there's no path? Because you're not going to tell me that I have to add that ugly path onto the beach, right? I'm afraid I might have to. I'm just going to check. Obviously, that's very ugly and I'm not going to keep it, but... Yeah, there has to be a path. You know what? At that point, I'm just going to paint the whole beach to be this lighter sand, because honestly the light sand is not ugly either, so I don't mind, but I don't like the 2 sands mixed. Like, that is not great. So then it's way better to just have all of this be the lighter sand. Like, it's not my favorite look. I like the more orange sand on the beaches actually, but if I would like to do my tourism routes along the beach. Like I kind of have a vision for both of these to go along the shoreline. So I'm just going to update it. Right? That's not so bad. That's what I'm thinking. Let's actually remove these rocks quickly. Like I think this can still look really cute to just work with the lighter sand. Then it just becomes a little bit more tropical. Like a little bit more white sand beach. I still think that looks good. And then we should actually be able to go around. And you know what I think might look good? And then I think I should probably go find someone to raid. If we just connect that. So that road is just a little bit bigger. And then I don't exactly know what to do with this corner yet, but I might make like a really cool picnic spot or something out there. Or I might even place like a restaurant or something there. I think that would be a really cool place for like a nice building. That's why I'm keeping this free for now. And then on this plaza, we can also just add like market stalls and stuff. Because yet again, I think actually on this particular hotel, like we can add routes that also go past shops, which I think is going to be really nice. But yeah, I think right now we don't have enough routes, so this hotel technically isn't doing anything. Like we, not enough guests to add a new worker, improve the route score. Yeah, so if we add routes, also hi Timbo, it's good to see you. If we add routes, that will make the hotel become available for people that want to stay here. And then we should be able to actually get those 16 bourgeois all in this city. And then we have like a fancy hotel here. This is just like this is a hotel that you visit, like an inn, if you just want to visit the town. And then this is a hotel that you visit if you want to like lounge on a private beach and have like a really fancy vacation. And then we can eventually maybe even change this hotel for that like fanciest hotel, which by the way, I think we should be able to research something again. Yeah. Oh, we can actually, hold on. We can research the Grand Hotel now. Okay. I think maybe with researching that, I am going to save my game for 54%. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I will just save and quit just to be sure. I'm always scared. Like I always double save. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Town to City. I hope, as always, that you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you have any questions or suggestions or ideas, feel free to drop them in the comments down below or just leave your favorite emoji because it does really help with engagement. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, toss it a cheeky like. If this is your first time seeing content of mine or you've been following along but you're not subscribed to my channel yet, feel free to check out my content. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.